This is Live and Local with Kevin Wall on AM 670 KMZQ. Talk radio done right.
So good to have you with us. It is Live and Local for a Wednesday, a hump day. Very, very excited. We continue our series of interviews with folks who are making a difference here in Southern Nevada. Let's check in with Marla Letitia, a.k.a. Nanny Bubby. She is a regular on Instagram and Facebook. We missed you last week. We had you on tape. It's good to have you back live. Good morning, Marla.
Yes, it's good to be back live. Thank you so much, Kevin. How are you?
I am just great. I am so excited. You're going to be a part of a major event in our community. It's the Aging Wellness Expo. Can you tell me when it is, where it is, and how people can participate?
Absolutely. So this is being hosted by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, who has done this now for a couple of years. It is going to be September 30th, Saturday, at the Red Rock Casino. Starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 3. I am going to be speaking, and at 2:15 in the afternoon, I'm going to be talking about Long Life Era and about how we can inspire people to live to 100 years or more. So it's about a mindset, about creating that mindset. So I'm very excited to be doing that, but I also want to add that Optum is the major sponsor of this, and they have several booths that are going to be there. So any questions, it's free admission, and it is really a very well-attended event. And I'm a little nervous because, listen, I'm talking about the mindset of the Long Life Era, and this has only been created for the last 5 months, but you have given me a lot of rehearsals, Kevin, so I'm very excited to be there.
And you have you have no reason at all to be nervous. And I mean, this is stuff you know. I mean, this is your baby.
It really is my baby, but you know, whenever you start something brand new, Kevin, like even for as much experience as you had when you went from the afternoon drive and to the morning drive, it was like, you know, just before, as great as you are, I bet you had just a tad bit of, oh, it's the morning, you know, it's new, it's different. I just need to get my sea legs, in front of me here.
Do you know precisely when you're going to be speaking?
Yes, at 2:15 in the afternoon in the veranda room.
So if you've never met Marla, this would be a great opportunity.
Yes, and you know, I really want to meet the audience. I love these people that have all joined the Long Life Era community, and we have over 250 people now that have joined, and I invite everybody not only to join, but to also go to longlifepledge.com and to sign for put your name to a mindset of living to 100 years or more.
And I've signed the pledge. It's easy. It's simple. You can do it. It'll take you all of about 45 seconds. And that's it.
Yes, exactly.
I was so disappointed when they said, no, she's not going to be available, but we'll have her on tape. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But I'm dying to ask you, because I've been carrying this around. A friend recommended a new Netflix series to me. It's called Live to 100 Secrets of the Blue Zones. I have not had a chance to scope it out. Have you seen this yet?
Listen, I have seen it twice, and now I'm going through it a third time, actually taking notes, because, you know, the first time it's for entertainment. The second time it was like, what did I miss? And the third time you say to yourself, I need to write this down because I need to remember it. So let me give you how the Blue Zones got the name, if you'd like.
Okay.
The Blue Zones came about because there was a man who was doing research for which I actually do not know his name, and what he was doing is putting a blue dot where there were high populations of people who lived to 100 years or more, the centenarians. And then in putting these blue dots down, in certain areas, they just created a big blue blob because there were so many. And there were 5 in the world, and he just created the name. This is, a zone of blue because this is where it's concentrated, and hence came the name, the blue zones.
So the blue zones are these areas where you have a lot of people living longer, living healthier.
Yes, and here are the 5 blue zones. Number 1 is Okinawa, Japan. And by the way, Okinawa, Japan is known for having the longest lived population in all of history. And the second is Sardinia, Italy. And by the way, what is common about all of these 5 zones, I'll get to the other 3, is that they're all in very mild climate areas of the world. And either they are seaside towns or they are mountainous, hilly towns. And we'll just talk a little bit about the other, things they have in common. And believe it or not, the third is right here in America. So you might think that, these are only in these very remote areas of the world, and they are. But strangely enough, in Southern California, the town of Loma Linda is also a blue zone, and that is a very urban, suburban area, and it's like, why? Why is this town in all of Southern California one of the most congested areas of the country? Why is that so? And then the other is Icaria, Greece, which is an island just off the coast, believe it or not, of Turkey, but it is one of the Greek islands. And the 5th is the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica. And then there is a 6th area that has been engineered. It is an engineered blue zone. And I just want to ask you if you have any idea what that might be.
I give up.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked but not surprised when I heard it. It's actually Singapore. Singapore has an engineered blue zone that has created all these commonalities so that people are living longer as a result of it. So if we can go back to Okinawa, they believe that laughter brings longevity, and that is one of the keys to their culture. And I really have to say, Kevin, as I drill down on my experience and on my passion for the long life era and helping people live not only a long lifespan, but also a long health span, what I realized is that the culture of America around aging, I mean, am I allowed to say the word sucks on the radio?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's encouraged.
Yes, and it really does, Kevin. It's really when you look at the commercials that are talking about people living in their long life era that they call seniors and senior citizens, which sounds like a dead end and a maze to me. And the pictures that they're showing of us, it's like, move over, get out of the way. Again, no one wants to grow old, but nobody wants to die young. And honestly, nobody wants to look like a Kardashian. So at the end of the day, what do? Like, there has to be honor in living long. And in these areas of the world, in these blue zones, there is incredible honor that is given to them by the younger people who honor those who are living long lives. They want to know the key to longevity. They hold them up and honor them. They revere them. They want to learn from them. And that is just the opposite of how we view aging and those that are growing old, because those that are growing old are in also resistance. It's kind of like what came first. The chicken or the egg, the lack of the honoring the older people, or the older people who are afraid to grow old and are not doing it in the most pristine manner.
And by the way, Marla, this is a great example of this change in culture is the best example I can cite is pickleball. more and more of my senior friends are picking up on pickleball, and that's a part of this. The longer, healthier life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, pickleball is a big thing in Loma Linda, California. Would you believe it?
I would believe that.
Yes, they're one of the biggest pickleball tournaments and players in the world are right out of Loma Linda, California. And just to just name a few other aspects, and Kevin, we can continue down through this list in the weeks to come, just going through it, because the information that is derived from this research that was done in the Blue Zones is just too important to miss. So I'll just go through Okinawa, and you'll let me know if we have time to hit Sardinia, and then we'll do the rest maybe next week. But here's the thing. Here's some of the aspects of Okinawa. Again, they're the longest lived population in history. They believe that laughter brings longevity, and they want to live long and stay sharp to the very, very end. And they eat more medicinal foods. So, high fiber, lots of vegetables. I always talk about my husband and I eating 25 pounds of vegetables a week, which people are like, what? But the truth is that high fiber, food is really very, very healthy for you, which they eat. And they garden and grow their own. And here's the other thing that I find to be so invigorating about Okinawa is that the United States recommends about 1,900 calories a day in average for every adult. But we are eating between 3,600 and 4,000 calories a day. And that started in the 1980s. And it has been detrimental to the obesity of this country. Okinawa actually, on average, eats between about 1,700 to 2,000 calories a day of nutritionally dense food. And they have this saying that I want to share. It is my favorite saying. I actually want to memorize it and be able to talk about it or say these three words every time I sit down to eat. They are Hari Hachi Boo. Hari Hachi Boo, which means specifically 80%, which they take to the table with them. And Hari Hachi Boo means stop eating when your stomach is 80% full. How do you like that for a health plan and a diet plan?
And it's all rolled up into one. I love that. One more time on your event coming up this weekend.
Oh, thank you so much. It is sponsored by the hosted by the Review Journal, Las Vegas Review Journal. It is sponsored by Optum. I'm just so excited about it. I'm going to be speaking in the Veranda Room at 2:15. We're talking Long Life Era. If you have any questions about health or how to find doctors, Optum is going to have lots of booths there to answer your questions. It's going to be a great time, and I would love for you to come out, and we can show you easily there if you're having trouble on the Internet how to sign up for the Long Life Pledge. That's it, and I love being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We'll talk to you again next week.
Great interview. Loved it. Thank you so much.
There you go. Marta Letitia, a.k.a. Nanny Bubby, talking about the Long Life Era community, and she's going to be out and about this weekend. I love it. Stick around. More to do as we continue on AM 670 KMZQ.